Greetings, Mindcrafters, and welcome to another exciting Minecraft episode. My name is Kimberly Quinn, and that's little Giovanni back there, and we are your host and hostess with the most and mostest. We are out in the woods once again on this glorious spring day, which I know it doesn't look like behind me, but this is northern Vermont, so spring has a different look. I'm not even sure it actually exists. I think it's more like a three-season state, unless you want to count mud season, but it's a glorious day. So today, actually, it's a good day. G and I just ran out of gas at the post office, which I'm not gonna do twice. You know, you ever just push it like it's cold, or you just went to work all day. You're just like, I just don't feel like stopping. I can make it, and I did make it last night. Not so much this morning. So it was a beautiful sunny day with a very friendly small town, and we got a gas can. We took care of it. So I just note to self: don't live on the edge like that. So anyway, actually I probably will do it again after the memory fades. So anyway, what I wanted to talk about today was the best way to predict your future is to create it. And we've been talking a little bit about, the unconscious mind and how 95% of what we think, feel, and do every day is about the same. And that's roughly around the age of 35, it all gets locked in, but it's building the whole time, building. And, the unconscious drives the bus. That's just the plain and simple truth. So, and then we can actually become conditioned to reside in old memories and old emotions. And Joe Dispenza talks about this a lot, and he uses the word addicted, which I suppose fits here. I'm thinking of the word conditioned, and they're not really that far off, because addiction implies or says or is defined by continuing to do something, whether it's a substance or behavior or whatever, despite the adverse consequences. Like you just can't stop, right? And so I guess that applies here. The word condition works too, because condition is, classical conditioning especially, is an unconscious learning, basically. And so when I was just talking about this a little bit with my Minecrafters yesterday, actually this is my Cog Psych class. Whoopsie, just almost took a dive on my snowshoes. My Cog Psych class, actually, but actually they double for Minecrafters because 2/3 of them took it already. So we're talking about, how we become conditioned in the unconscious mind, and how, we really need to fact check. So this is how it works when we're trying to do this, planning the worst case scenario stuff, trying to predict the future, I have a presentation next week, and what if I lose my words? What if one of my teammates doesn't show up? What if my teammates doesn't do their thing? And this works for whether you're in school, in college, or whatever, or you're, professional people do presentations all the time. I definitely do presentations all the time. So we're trying to, predict the situation, or it's with a partner, it's with buying a house, it's whatever, fill in the blank, it doesn't make a difference. And we do all that worst case scenario sort of catastrophizing stuff in an attempt to predict the future, because we don't like being uncomfortable, and the unknown makes most people uncomfortable, which it's really best to work ourselves out of that and become comfortable being uncomfortable, because the alternative, when we land in that predictable fear place or guilt place or regret place or whatever, negative emotion place, it's reinforced immediately, because the brain, much like a golden retriever, all right, G. Only golden retrievers do it in a positive way, right? Yes, Giovanni. The brain is kind of a duality. The brain is trying to kind of please itself. So when it finds what it's looking for, okay, there's that guilt response. There's that memory I was looking for, pulling it off the shelf, and it's attached to guilt or regret or shame or whatever. And we land in that place of trying to predict the future. What if this? What if that? And we're kind of getting a visual for the rehearsing this scenario. The brain's like, I found it. It's kind of like, it'd be like giving a dog a cookie or even a prime rib for doing what they ask. But instead, they're rolling around in the snow, or they're sitting, or maybe giving you a paw or something. And that's the reinforcement. The thing is, to the brain, it doesn't make a difference. So it's just found what you're looking for, even if it's negative, and it strengthens and strengthens and strengthens until it really takes on a life of its own, which is why I think Joe Dispenza refers to it as an addiction, because in general, he's definitely right that an addiction takes on, the body's like, I don't need you anymore, mind. I got this. I know what to do. I don't even need to consult. And he's absolutely 100% right about that. It's just, I guess, more rhetorical. So here's the thing. Until we challenge that and break free from that, the same old thing is going to continue to happen. The not feeling worthy and just, what did I say yesterday? Did I hurt somebody's feelings? Because the brain's trying to pull you back into that feeling flawed and defective, or feeling not enough, or feeling insecure, whatever it is. And we if we're on autopilot, we're going to keep landing back there, because when we fit that peg in the hole kind of thing, like the thought is right, plunk it in, we just reinforced it again. So it makes it that much tougher to break free from next time. So what we really need to do is quiet the mind. We've talked a little bit about this. You can call it meditation, or you can just call it quieting your mind. I don't think it needs words, really. And if you're fortunate enough to come out in the woods like this, or just quiet is the whole point. No technology, preferably no people talking to you, even if you love them. You kind of really need to be silent. You need the solitude one way or the other. Even if the only choice is the bathroom, no one's going to bug you in there. And really quiet the mind and become comfortable with the not knowing part, because it's the knowns pull us right back in. That's why we tap into our cell phone when we wake up in the morning, some of us, or the computer or whatever, because then it's okay. I made the connection. I got all the knowns. I'm feeling secure now because I'm connected to all my knowns. Well, that is just going to keep feeding the autopilot situation, and not much, if anything, is going to change in your life. It's just true. Until we get quiet and we, again, if you're uncomfortable, it's okay with the unknowns, because that's how we feel. How do I explain this? That's how we feel, like the bust through, busting through this old pattern, this programmed hard drive that many of us all of us are walking around with it to a degree, but some of us more than others, because we don't challenge it. We just kind of keep feeding those old beliefs, those old habits, those old, as Joe Dispenza would say, those old addictions to those emotions. It's just going to keep happening. So what we need to do is get quiet the mind. We're not talking about big minutes here. 5, 10, even 15. 15 for me is the magic number. Joe D does it a lot more than that. But if you can carve 5 out, like my oldest son says, any minutes are better than no minutes, when he talks about physical exercise. And it's also true for quieting the mind. 5 is better than none. And 15 for me is kind of key. Abraham Hicks says 15 to 20. 15 just seems so doable. It's so doable. 20 seems like it's pushing towards a half an hour, right? It's kind of like, it's a better sell to say $12.99 than $13. Do you know what I mean? So go the $12.99 route, and 15 minutes. And if thoughts come through, you just mindfully say, okay, apparently I'm nervous today. Let them roll. And here's the thing: is we've got to visualize something different for ourselves. So we're not saying get out of the present moment. We're bringing the visual into the present moment. So if it's money, picture how it feels to be in a better place, not with a dollar amount, not with an outcome, just that feeling of security. And if it's a relationship, really try your best. The bars for me has always said it, do your best. Feel like, be that love, feel that love, close your eyes and feel that love. And if it's a new promotion or new job entirely, feel some good stuff about where you already are, even if you really don't like it. There's got to be something there, like somebody at work who you're friends with. Maybe it's the flexibility. Maybe it's the cafeteria. Maybe it's the drive-in is beautiful. Whatever. Just find something, because we're coming from a place of lack and everything that's wrong, and we're trying to get to this much better, happier, more joyful, fulfilled place. We can't get there from here if all we're focused on is everything we don't have and sort of residing in that scarcity mindset. We've got, even if it takes some effort, pull, visualize how you feel. Not so much, again, the outcome. We don't want to be attached to outcome. We want to be attached to the feeling of financial security, the feeling of relationship security, the feeling of busting out and moving somewhere, the feeling of busting out and traveling, and feel what that's like. Just sit there like, wow, I'm all pumped to go on American Airlines and get the plane ticket, or Aer Lingus, or whatever. Because here's the thing, from a neurological perspective, and I have to tell you, it's funny because I've been sharing this with some fellow creatives lately, that everybody has something. I have a pet peeve. When people, YouTubers, influencers, say, oh, it's all based on neuroscience, yet they give you nothing. Okay, it drives me a little crazy, especially since my doctorate's in cog psych. Like this, I don't care if you don't have neuroscience backup. Just don't say you do and then don't produce it. Do you know what I'm saying? So here's the thing: is that visual image? It's been demonstrated with fMRIs, which means, you know, MRI is like that coffin-shaped claustrophobic thing for when you blow out your knee. And fMRI is, a little F is in italics in front of the MRI, and it means functional. And it chases brain activity around because when cells are the most active, they eat up the most oxygen. Picture like little Pac-Man, you know, or Pac-Women, whatever. So the fMRI shows brain activity. So when somebody's being walked through a visual of playing tennis, or they're actually playing tennis, you can see it either way, whether they're actually doing it or whether they're visualizing it. And the brain, as far as your future good feelings, does not know the difference, whether you're, you know, totally, you know, I got to be immersed in it. It can't be like Fako, you know, you got to really immerse, close your eyes and immerse. And the brain is actually very easily tricked, as intelligent as we are, quite honestly. But this is what we want to do to train the brain, because neurons, we have talked about, are like 2-year-olds. They need constant redirection. They need, okay, no, go this way. No, go this way. No, go this way. Put your napkin on your lap. Nope. Put your napkin on your lap. Nope. Put your napkin on your lap, over and over and over again, because the brain loves repetition. So the more we repeat this pattern of feeling good, the more the neurons are going to look for that. First, they have to recognize it before they start looking for it, right? So we stop all the negative prediction of the future, all the catastrophizing and all the worst case scenario, everything, and start feeling so solid with what happens. Again, not outcome based, just really good feeling, that trusting the process, it's all going to be okay. And the neurons that wire together then fire together, and that's when the symphony is amazing. Okay, so we want you, the whole thing is about creating, not predicting your future. Okay, it's way better. Awesome. This is Kimberly Quinn and Little Giovanni signing off from the beautiful Notch in northern Vermont. Have a mindful day.